Ethereum currently sat at a key level, but will it break through this level to continue on the upward trend, or could it possibly see a rejection and test further to the downside? Hello and welcome to the House of Crypto. In the House of Crypto, I make videos predominantly on Ethereum, as well as looking at Bitcoin, altcoins. So if you're interested in crypto, then make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to be kept up to date with all the latest happening in the crypto markets. So without further ado, let's jump into the crypto chart. So jumping into the Ethereum US dollar chart, which we looked at yesterday, I just want to keep this a really brief episode because I want to keep you up to date with what is currently happening in the Ethereum markets to see whether or not we're going to break out, following on from yesterday's video, further to the upside and continue with our uptrend, or are we going to be potentially facing a bit of a rejection? So what I want to draw your attention to is this falling wedge, which we looked at yesterday, where we came out, we tested a bit we flipped our resistance into support, and then we've seen this big surge up to the upside, which was in line with what we were basically saying. But one thing I want to draw your attention to, we saw this falling wedge pattern, which we saw consolidating over the downtrend period, about 6-7 days in total. We saw this break to the upside, which was in line with what we anticipated happening around this point here, which is looking particularly strong. However, are we going to see a continued move up to the upside, or will we possibly see a bit of a rejection here? Now, what's key about this area, I just want to draw your attention to the Fibonacci. So this is over on the daily chart, and I just want to take from the previous swing low last year all the way back up to the recent all-time high, which happened just about 8 days ago now. And one key line that I want you to pay attention to is this red line here, which is the 0.236 on the Fibonacci, and has been a key level since establishing about two or 3 weeks ago now. We broke through this line, and then we made it quickly into support. And as you can see, over about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, we sort of sat just above this line, holding as support, identifying that this is a key level for us in terms of where we're going to go in the future. Now, as you see, we've come back down and we've bounced off of this line here to come all the way back up. And as I speak, we're currently testing on this line here. So if I flip over to the 4-hour, you can see we came up and we hit the 20 period moving average on the 4-hour, and we've found a bit of resistance here before moving up through it. And as you can see, we put a wick all the way up and above this red line. Now, to see continued movement to the upside and to break this sort of downtrend, we would need to see a break through this red line, as I mentioned in yesterday's video. As you can see on the 4-hour, we yet to do it properly and close above it. We've come up above it and we've been rejected. Now, potentially what we might see then is perhaps another rejection that could see us come back down to retest this lower low, okay? And as you can see, the trend is still well alive. We could see then a further dip beyond this low around these areas here. I don't believe that necessarily it's going to happen, and I think there's still a period of time for us to be able to break through this. Now, we might not actually get rejected here. Initially, we might just see a little bit of a bounce along, but it's worth noticing that we don't necessarily want to go all in until we see a close of a 4-hour candle above this red line. Once we see that close, then we're going to see this trend change into something new, and then I could see once we're through here, then we have fairly plain sailing all the way back up towards this sort of $2,000 level that we saw last time. In terms of where the target would be for this falling wedge, I just want to take from here, which is from the top, and it comes all the way down to the bottom, and then we would take that from our breakout point here, and this would bring us all the way back up, pretty much in line with the original trend of around $2,150, $2,160. Okay, so I just want to draw your attention to what is currently happening here to make sure that you are aware of it. Right. Also, I just wanted to quickly jump over to the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So as we've seen for the past few weeks, we've been falling quite steadily, Ethereum versus Bitcoin. However, as I look at this is on the 4-hour, as I look at the 4-hour, we see this consolidation pattern happen, and we've seen that we've been pushing higher up along here. If we were to see a breakout here, we might see it come over, retest this as support before moving out, which is obviously a very bullish thing for Ethereum. In terms of what Bitcoin is doing, Bitcoin obviously making a move, move to the upside, and Bitcoin's key in terms of the sort of health of Ethereum. In terms of what we see here, we've seen it come over and actually break this key line on the Fibonacci. But in terms of looking back here, we see that this was a significant line of support held here and over here as well. It took a while before we could break through. So don't expect necessarily that Ethereum is going to shoot up today until it can break through that key line. If it doesn't break through that key line and spends a period of time there, then we might see something like this happen, where it moves and takes a bit of a drop to the downside for a retest before moving up. Guys, just a really quick video today. I hope that's been useful. If you're new to the House of Crypto, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for some realistic, up-to-date chart analysis and Ethereum, Bitcoin, and altcoin news. Thanks very much, and I will see you again later on. Bye-bye.